I got some like chicken leftovers to make chicken tacos. If I get hungry, it's 11:08 already. 11:08. It's like for I don't know, like almost 2 years. I find 11:11 quite a bit. So it is the 12th. Wednesday, February the 12th. The year is going fast, fast, fast. Sugar is the most subsidized substance in the planet. We are effing suicidal. Alright, I just want something with my coffee. I miss the bagels. That was the best for me. I mean, you can still take all the white stuff. I just put a little bit of cream cheese. I like onion or everything. Those are my favorite. But that's just the way it is. The way it is. In this third dimension. But I'm okay. I'm okay. I don't need bagels. It's like nasty weather with bagels, or perfect weather without bagels. And supposedly, I remember, and I think that's everywhere in the whatever hemisphere. It's supposed to be very windy. I don't see any wind. We call it crazy February. And March, a little bit. Well, I was thinking, should I leave the windows closed? I don't know. I don't know why I'm so. Because I'm excited. But at the same time, we have to stay focused, and at the same time watch the geopolitical spectrum. see it as, we're in a fishbowl, and it's crazy because you're in the fishbowl. I mean, you don't know. There's somebody outside the fish tank of the fishbowl with a hammer. That's okay. That's okay because if we're in a fish tank, there's nothing we can do. I don't know. I'm not a fish, but I don't know if there's anything we can do to save ourselves, right? But I think I just hit it in the nail. This is the struggle right now. That we don't want to learn. And it's not like it could be in certain ways, but it's not the same as being in a fish tank. The sugar ruin everything. And the people that just, and it is everything. It got everything to do with that little clip that I posted on Rumble. You see? I was just thinking, where's the wind at? The February crazy winds. Okay, I found it. This is crazy. Everything is blowing out. Everything is blowing out now. Oh my God, it's freaky. Like, as soon as I'm talking about it, listen, I know I don't know the videos about it, but this is like, it's a huge piece of the puzzle, that we need to keep in mind every day, because it explains a lot of things, why we are so like paralyzed and hopeless.
God, demons, and aliens. So it was easy for me to accept the idea that what was happening was in fact being perpetrated by aliens. I'm not saying that there's no such thing as aliens. That would be foolish for me to even say anything like that at all. But what I am saying is that it was my experience that these were people claiming to be aliens. If there's a reality out there pertaining to any alien influence, we need to sort out the government misinformation and disinformation and mind manipulation techniques that they're using. I know for a fact that the plan is to make all of us feel totally helpless. That what's happening is beyond our realm to affect because we've been taken over by aliens.
As the sacrifice is going on,
this is awful.
Claim to be God.
It is, I've been saying, it is psychological warfare. It is psychological warfare. Nobody listen, right? if you think about it, like I always say, like nobody's ever said, the survivors of MK Ultra, whatever, and there's quite a few. I have on Rumble. I had she was in show business, and she was telling, there's all kinds, all kinds of survivors. Nobody ever said, oh my God, there was an alien, and then an alien or somebody who looked weird. Nothing. She got passed around. All the tops. Reagan. She talked about oh my God, I forgot his name. He's not very. I never heard him since the 70s. I never heard him. I'm not sure if she's the one who there's been several that get silenced, but nobody said, oh my God. I felt like, some entity, nothing. They're always talking about, just straight up crackers doing horrific things to their victims. And like we just learned earlier this week, the census website is blocked. It's forbidden. And it's kind of like stupid, because this guy, he's a public official, and why don't they put the website's message? Like I said, director, a lot of people. I haven't gone to. I'm not even interested. I'm trying to exercise all the bull crap. So sweet. Oh my God. Like I always say, I feel like a war veteran. It's 35 years in the United States. I'm like, I know I need I probably need time, because whatever they do to us, over there, to keep us slaves, the greatest country in the world, the greatest city in the world, the Big Apple. You never find blah, blah, blah. It was for a little while. But then there was no more summer. There was no summertime. And that's where I drew the line. I'm like, 4 years in a row, no summertime. It was like, and it was so nice because it was like you could stay all night if you wanted to, or if you could, whatever. And at the beach and everything, and as soon as the sun started setting, I'm like, it was like freezing. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, I always have my pashmina, around, but that was not the problem. The problem is that, it was like, like they used to say in the 90s, buzzkill. It was buzzkill. I'm like, and it was great while it was, there was music everywhere, passing around, like stores still got music in it, music. Overnight it was like, where'd the music go? That is like freaky because I just don't, without music, I'm like, and then without the beach, which it was crazy. It was crazy because I don't drive. So it was like two and a half hours one way and forth, so, but I didn't care because, it was the ocean. It was the Atlantic Ocean. Right? So now I'm here close to the Pacific Ocean where I'm from. Isn't that crazy? How I ended up like, my best friend in Chicago when I first arrived. He is my neighbor. He's from a neighboring state. And, we had a great time, because he was young and gorgeous, but whatever, And he became a travel agent. And because he traveled, I think, everywhere. I don't know what for. I don't know what it's like. It sounded to me like it was just for sex. I could have been wrong. I could be wrong, but it was too much traveling. But anyway, what I want to say is like, my relatives over there, they're really crazy. Very crazy, very entitled, very like whatever. And they thought they had an opportunity with me, being like a newbie, being like, it was horrible, how, and this is my family, my relatives. It's like, I was like, shit, we don't do that. We don't take advantage of people's, situation. Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Like, say, like, you know what, let me get, I wasn't well up here, obviously. So, but I grew up, well, I didn't grow up, but in 5th grade, I started getting out of school and going to the movies. And they had all these movies, about New York City, Times Square. It was like, they had, what was that guy, Rod Stewart? What was it like? Shit. Everything was so hyper-sexualized. And I said, I wanna be there. I wanna get lost. I wanna disappear. And sure enough, you got. I don't know as much as disappearing because I don't drive. Well, I guess I don't know, but would you have that a little sense of privacy? Going around New York City, and I like that. I like that. That meeting people from all over the world, and especially in the clubs, you had like hundreds of thousands of people from all over the world that just flew. They just came to New York City to have fun. To have fun. I don't know if people know what that is. And not casino fun, not Vegas fun. That was, fun. Like, it was the whole city. It was the whole city. Like, it was a pickup place. It was just like, it could just be like, in the street, whatever, minding your business. And some guy just made eye contact, just started talking, and like, voila. It was like, I guess you can say easygoing or sleazy going. I mean, one of the things that pissed me off today is just this, nothing new. I mean, they got busted even back then. The conservatives, the Christians, whatever, they enjoy New York City. Today, they're all like, my God, New York City sucks. New York City is the worst. It's like, bye-bye. They got a quote from Thomas Jefferson, like, oh, New York City is I forgot what it was like. But it got everything for everybody. It used to have everything for everybody. People was in their own trip, whatever. People was like museums, concerts, like, classical, what the whites call classical opera. I met opera freaks, buying the whole damn season before it even like started, like there was, and I guess that was also part of the beauty, part of the whole thing that but it was sometimes it was stressful for me because you meet people and they want to suck you into their world, and I'm like, okay. I mean, I enjoy myself, but it was just like, it come to a point that you go like, wow, which way? And I think in retrospective, I did get lost in bullshit. I used to tell people like, when they was new in town, I used to tell them, write it down, why you got here for, what you believe you came here for. Write it down, because I forgot. 6 months, 5 months later, I'm like, what am I doing here? I don't know, but it's fun. All kinds of parties, and VIP parties, open bar, but not just open bar. It was like premium open bar. Actually, the 90s, it was like, and I thought that was New York City. I'm like, and then the 90s went by, and I'm like, oh shit, there's no money. They're like, I used to live right off Dykeman in upper Manhattan, and anything you wanted, you could find it there, and it was bootleg, it was whatever. I didn't even care, it was okay. And then all of a sudden it's like, Dykeman, you could even barely walk. You could barely walk on Dykeman. Plus they had nightclubs. Oh, that was another one. It was like, wow. Like, where do I stay? I like house music. And of course, I like, Latino America's music. I like salsa, merengue, bachata, not so much. But, there was no reggaeton. Imagine if there was reggaeton in the 90s. We'd be like, I like, but that was one thing, and then you meet people from other country, I mean, they was born there, but, in New York City, but, and then they pull you like, people from India. Oh yeah, you go to their festivals, you go to their clubs, Chinese don't know so much, but, I mean, like, where do you go? Where do you go? I mean, like, you needed to have like 5 bodies at the same time to experience a little bit more of New York City. And street festivals, that was another one. It's another one, like, whew, you needed to be young, like, I mean, you don't need to go early. Most of the cool people, that's what I used to believe, the cool people was arriving around 3 or 4, 5 p.m. Oh, that was another thing. There was no like a strict schedule for street fairs, street festivals. Oh, and then that was another one. I was like, okay, this is too much. It's too much. I mean, like, shutting everything at 5, and not even, because like around 4:30, the cops already harassing the vendors. You gotta take that. You gotta take that. I used to like open. I think I was the first one. I always used to open with the Puerto Rican Day Parade in East Harlem. That was like, okay, the summer is here, and they had Puerto Rican festivals everywhere in the Bronx, Brooklyn, whatever, and live music, especially, I mean, in East Harlem. That was amazing, because they brought in their own band. It was not playback. It was no, I mean, they fill out the whole stage with instruments. And it was free. It was free for us. I mean, it was not free because we already paid it, right? Because we pay taxes. So that's people go, oh, it's free. No, it ain't free. What happened is that, now, we pay more taxes, and there was no events like that. Oh, there was a summer stage. Well, summer stage, like, whatever, you go there, whatever, like, then it was like barricades, and like, you got to get your ticket in advance. There was no computers still, I think. Or was it the computers already? I forgot. I mean, but you can go to the box office or whatever, I don't know, whatever you got. I stopped going. I don't need that. I mean, it's like, what the fuck? It's like summer stage was like summer stage, just everywhere they was paying. I guess, I don't know if a lot of money, but they was paying money to all these bands from all over the world just to come and perform. And now it's just like, it's very depressing. Very, very, very depressing that but yeah, it's like, what is the point? And you got to stand in line for hours to get in still. It's summer stage. It's like, I don't think that people had to do that to see like Diana Ross in Central Park. I don't know. I don't think so. I never did anything. I was like, what's the point? It's just that it's part of the script. part of the script from the crackers. Just like get rid of everything. Everything became table service. Everything became boring as fuck. Everything was like, and then it was just stupid people. Because what I really liked was that anybody could go in, anybody. And I would say anybody, they would say a big, significant homeless population getting in the clubs. There was no problem. I never seen like, oh my God, that homeless, whatever. I don't know, because, they wanted to come back. So they kept their mental shit, I guess, in check. I don't know. It was just like, but never had no problems. I mean, we saw them. We saw just like, yeah, they're homeless. We see them in the street. And whatever, we see them in the club. Nobody cared. Nobody cared about it. Because it was part of the whole thing. It was part of the whole thing to have that, the mix, it's like, I mean, sometimes whatever, you wanted to go to whatever, a Mexican club and like, okay, it's all Mexicans, whatever, but there was clubs that, they knew they was going to thrive because that's what they wanted to see, especially the rich people. The rich people, they wanted to experience, the little people, or whatnot. And there was no, I guess, there were some VIP areas, but it was small, or, it was not like, I mean, sometimes I think it was empty. It was empty because nobody wanted to stay in the VIP area when it was so much fun. I mean, it was everything and anybody was clubbing, oh well. And it pissed me off because, I mean, there was Republicans, going conservatives, enjoying New York City, and now it's like, oh my God, it's like whatever. And then they make it like, oh my God, the Weimar Republic. That was never the case. That was never. I don't know about the 60s. I think the 40s, 30s. Yeah, I think it was like that because they had everybody like with no other resource than to be prostituting or selling drugs or just to try to fit in. They still do it. I had friends that, that's very typical. That's very typical over there. You see that in the ghetto, whatever, and like you see them in the discount stores like Marshalls, not Burlingtons. I don't know, but no, was that TJ Maxx? I think they had designer shit. And I'm like, and I did get to see them. I'm like, and it's kind of weird, like you're in the ghetto and like you're gonna buy shades for, like $1,000, $800, whatever, shades, and oh my God, boots and whatnot, because they was also doing the balls, and there's a category with labels, and you gotta have labels. So it's like, it is, that was exhausting too. mean, like, shopping around, right? But and there was not that. I didn't know how. I didn't know how to, because I had just arrived. And I arrived in '93 in New York City, so I didn't know where to buy. And, the clearance. I didn't even know Century 21. Thank God. Otherwise, I'd probably be like, I probably would never bought my apartment. So, but I was not. I was more like, and I still I prefer to see people, putting things, from different places. Like, I love this dress. It is so effing tight. I gotta take it with my fairy godmother. I don't know how she's gonna do it. But she's like an engineer. I bought this dress for 50 pesos and I love it because I don't have green color like that. And she took some of the fabric and she put it like over here, a patch. You cannot even tell. I mean, if you're looking for it, you'll find it. But so, because it was like up here. Anyway, I wasn't thinking that I was going to be talking about New York City, but that is something that I like to write a book. I like to write a book about New York City because I really believe it was amazing. It was amazing at the beginning. Like, I always used to tell people, like, your first 5 years in New York City, they're magical. Anything can happen and will happen. You can, like, I don't know, it was something like, because we all got this adrenaline or whatever, and we were so hopeful and optimistic. Like, I mean, I arrived and like, boom, like somebody told me, like, hey, you want to live in my building? Just like that. You want to live in my building? And like, I was like, I don't know how much it cost. I don't even know. I got all my savings from Chicago. And I was like, oh yeah, come over. Like, he kind of wanted to get with me, I guess. I don't know. And let's go to the park, and I was like, oh, it's too far uptown. It is too far uptown. I was like, but then, I mean, I saw it like, okay, sure, I mean, you hear everything, right? You hear like guys, thinking of whatever, to get, with you, to get in bed with you. And I kind of thought, I mean, I don't know what I was thinking, but in retrospective, I think I was just thinking like, well, this guy, he wanted to, and this is like, but the thing that got me was when he said, you can back off even at the last minute before signing the apartment. Who's gonna buy it? I'm like, really? All right, put me in. Like, we don't know how long it might take. I mean, I think he lied to me. He said it might take years for the waiting list. And it turned out that it was not like a luxury building or anything, and it was not ghetto. I don't know why, but especially in 93, 94, I bought it in September 94. September 14, I signed it. It used to be stock certificates, and now, I mean, everything they've been cutting. You used to get certificates for 1 bedroom, for 2 bedroom apartment. But I think what people was backing off was because it was a co-op. It was a co-op. you know. And I think that, I walked in the trap, because with the same money I could have get a condo, and I could have sublet, and could have like traveled the world or whatever, I don't know. And but it was a trap, because you cannot sublet. It got to be your primary residence, whatever, blah blah blah. And like, I was there 30 years, almost 30 years. I left like 6 months before the exact 30-year mark. It was all right. I mean, like, I had been homeless. That was the problem. I had been homeless in Chicago because my auntie's house burned down. The house burned down, and mental health issues kicked in with them, and probably myself too, obviously. It's like we don't see ourselves, right? We see others. And it was bad. It was really bad. It was just like, what the fuck are these people like? Whatever. And just thinking about using me, like what? What? I mean, I just arrived and whatnot. I did not speak English. I'm like, and like, they want me to do chores, and I wasn't even really living. I was in the Porsche. I stayed in the Porsche because I'm Aries. Early April Aries, and like I'm like, and I knew it was temporary. Like, that's all I wanted. Give me a little break. You're my auntie. I help you, and I helped her so much when she was here, because she was crazy. She didn't want to go back, and she was born over there, and she didn't want to go back. And she asked me, can we leave together by bus? And I'm like, sure. And I waited for her, like a whole more year. I was ready. After I was ready, I still, saving my money and everything. And like, never even a thank you, nothing. You like cross the border and you are the help. I'm like, fuck you, I'm not, like, you come here to be the damn help. And I would have done it. And I told them because I made videos. So I'm like, this is crazy. Now I can give my side of the story. And then they got pissed. They wanted to beat me up. They're like, whatever. I'm like, oh, that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is how I saw it, how I felt it, and I felt you guys was assholes, because I really helped them, because nobody wanted them over here no more, because she had already, my auntie, she had already stayed like 12 years over here, and she had like 10 children, and nobody wanted her. I don't know why. I would say, no, never go back. Never go back, I would say, if I was like, but I think there was like out of control. They was very angry because, the saying, it's like a family thing. We got a broken picker, and we picked the worst of the worst. But he was very handsome though. And he was very handsome, and he was very tall. I don't know. And all my nephews, all my cousins are nephews. What are they? Nephews, right? I don't even know. My auntie's children are my nephews. I don't know. And they're all short. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, the father was like, huge. She was very tall, and I think that's what got to my crazy auntie. And she had, I remember, because she was the first, right here, she was the first bilingual secretary, can type and write shorthand. I don't know what they call it. Ooh, so her ego was like, and she had a car. I'm talking about 1975. No, it was before that. It was like 1972. And because I was so pretty, she always brought me with her in the car, like a dog. I was like, oh, that's my niece, and I didn't know. I mean, I was the chaperone. Nobody told me. I didn't know what a chaperone was. I was like 6 years old, 5 years old, and showing me off. She was showing me off, and I was like, oh, yeah, my auntie. I love my auntie. And then she picked the damn drug addict, alcoholic, whatever. Like, unbelievable. And they still, if you ask them, they're like, I'm a bad bitch. I'm a boss bitch. I'm like, doing great or whatever. Yeah, you fucked yourself up. And he's not even from here. He was from Mexico City. I mean, like, how stupid can you get? I mean, you don't even know who they are. But she found out pretty soon when he took her over there. The mother was a whore, a pimp, whatever. I'm like, I guess she purged all her, like whatever, because she went through quite a bit, and but she was in love. That's it, when, I don't know. I was in love when I left New York City. I was head over heels, but I was like, yeah, I'm about to turn 60. I'm like, I have to put myself in context. I had to situate myself in accuracy in this world, But the ego, I think it's always the ego that gets you. Like, oh, I'm great, whatever, I got, 5, 6 guys that want to marry me, whatever, and got a car, bilingual secretary in 1972. I was like, that's why I didn't want to get in the house. I already knew them. I was like, oh, hell no. But there's no windows in the Porsche. Say, I don't care. I went to service merchandise, and I was just looking at the tags. I didn't even know. To read English much. I was like, and it said minus 30 or minus 40 below, something like that. And say minus 40 below, and I pointed out and I asked them, this is like, I understood, like, this is for very, very cold camping, outdoor camping. I was like, it wasn't cheap. I don't remember how much it was, but I was like, wow. It was thick like this, just yeah, I think it was this thick. And got the zipper. I got the long jeans. I got sweaters. I got the same thing with the socks. I was like, like hiking, camping, whatever, but I did not go in the house. I was like, oh, hell no. Because I know, like, oh, you want to eat with us? It's like, oh, hell no, because then she's going to be asking me for an allowance. She's going to tell me like, oh, okay, so now your part is whatever, $100 a week or something, because that's how ratchet they are. It's like, I did not come here for this. I was just like, I want to get out of here. And I should have got out of there before the fire. You know, I already had like saved like $800. So I was saving. I had 2 jobs, an Italian restaurant and a liquor store, and I'm like, and it all burned down. Shit all burned down. It's like, so I don't fuck around with housing. Like, thank you God, because you know, I don't understand how people they leave housing, you know, for last. I don't understand why. I don't know if it's true. I don't even know if it's true. Because I boil beans. I cooked beans last night, so I saw the pot. I was like, oh shit, it's gonna get stuck. Oops, sorry. So I didn't wash it. I just put some water in it. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It is crazy. It was so... I had to ask myself, you know, how much do I hate myself to put myself through that shit? I mean, like, for real. You ought to be crazy. You ought to be crazy to do that to yourself. I was homesick. Super homesick. That shit was the worst. I don't care. Nothing else. Whatever. Oh, this and that. I was just homesick. I got so homesick that it was crazy. It was just crazy how homesick I got. Oh my God. It was like, I don't even want to think about it. That shit was tough. That shit was very tough. And it was like homesick. And I was not like, you know, like, oh my God. Successful over here. I left when I was 23. I was 23 years old when I left. And it was like, that is another one. That's why I want to write the book too. You know, the people how they fool themselves and they suppress it because nobody is asking that. I went more than 15 years into therapy, psychological therapy. Nobody mentioned that factor. Nobody mentioned that, like, you know, the way you're feeling is because you're homesick and your soul is crushed because of that. I mean, it just hit me another layer because I go to Neurotics Anonymous and they got a book. It's called The Laws of Neurotics Anonymous. And, you know, like number 3, whatever, is like, it is an illness of the soul. And I was like, damn, this is like, it's so true. It is so true. But the crackers, they go like, oh, the mind, this. Control the mind, control the thoughts, focus on the thoughts. It's like the positive thoughts, this is like this. But if your soul is sick, ill, is sick, you know. And I was like, of course, you know, why would they even think about the soul when they don't even got one? They don't got the soul. That is the problem. That is the problem. And over here, especially growing up, everything was like, oh, my soul this, my soul that. The soul, and like, you know, like African Americans, you know, soul music, soul food, soul, soul, soul. And that is the key. They don't tell you that because that is, like, I don't need psychologists. Had I tended to the soul, had I become aware of the state of my soul, I'd be like, okay, so just nurture it, talk to it, and heal it. And that book is amazing because it just tells you, like, it's very empirical, done on, like seeing so many neurotics, get well, doing the 12 steps, and it tell you, what it looked like, everything, what it looked like when the soul is healthy, when the soul is fine. But I was like, I'm still not even like, oh my God, how could I go almost 60 years of my life and nobody thinking like, oh my God, I feel this way, I feel that way. And thinking, oh, it's just thinking, it's just the mind, and blah, blah, blah. You see? It's in their books, in the Talmud, it's in misinforming people. All these shrinks, all that Sigmund Freud and his cousin and his daughters and like whatever, just talking about the mind and the mind this, the mind that. Some people might be just the mind, but I don't think so. I think most people, their soul is, struggling. The soul is, not doing well. That's why I think tonight I'm gonna go to another group. We just found a new location because we was sharing space with another group, but since we are all neurotics, there was conflict and people decide, oh, we're relocating, so now. The good news is that we have groups every night except weekends. And the bad news is like, it's a lot. It is a lot. And like, I hope people come through. I hope people because you need support, not only to pay the rent, but it just cannot be, it's a big space. It's kind of like my apartment. It's bigger than my apartment. And but if it's empty, people don't go. I pray for that. I pray for that every day. God, bring your people to the groups so they can begin to restore themselves, restore the soul. I've only been going there like 4 months, and I feel much better already. But anyway, so that was all that I wanted to talk about today. I was going to talk about some other stuff, but yeah, I'm not going to talk about New York City some other day. I'm sure, right now, I'm still like, I'm pissed wasting. I feel like I wasted time or whatever. I wasted myself over there. 35 years, like, doing what? Why did I punish myself so bad? Why did I, go there? It's so effing cold, expensive, filthy. Oh my God, it's just like, you go like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? This is a white boy magic to keep people in there. And I heard, I've been hearing like, a lot of people left too when I left. So a lot of people are like, It's not worth it. It's not worth it in life. In order to be worth it, you have to be like a musician, or not musician, like, you know, like you want to like go to concerts and, you know, like the opera and museums. You gotta go to the museums all the time. That'll make it worth it. That'll make it worth it. I was like, I did have a little cry when it just hit me all of a sudden, you know, random day. I was like, shit, I'm never gonna get to see, you know, those items, you know, those little eggs covered in diamonds and emeralds and rubies and, like, you know, and but, you know, it's all right. It's all right. I took a lot of video over the years, so I could find it if I find it somewhere. And there's people who take video too. You gotta look it up. Look it up, but it's just like, shit was crazy. Shit was crazy. You can just spend like 10 minutes looking at some picture full of jewels from the jury, right? From the jury, like, it's crazy how they inserted they inserted them. I don't know. That's something that we need to study. You know why? You know, was something called the jury, but was it? I don't even know. The jewelry stores, humanity is waking up. Humanity is learning the truth now. It's taking too long. It is taking too long. And a lot of people, they know everything is a lie, but they're like, oh, I think everybody's scared of, like, it gotta be. It's like when you're pulling, you know, the Band-Aid or whatever, and you go like a little bit at a time because you don't know, you know, how the wound gonna look or something. I mean, I think that's good, you know, like they say, you know, soft landing, right? You know, that orange thing is saying, like, suffering, pain. It's gonna be pain. It's gonna be pain, but it's gonna be worth it. That's what they're talking about. Ursula von der Leyen, she said the same thing in Davos last month. She's like, the pain, but we gotta be the pain because we're gonna be free from Russia. Like, there's people that believe that freaking narrative. It is Russia. Oh, Russia is like. So, I mean, we don't want to, like, you know, the whole planet to collapse at once, but, you know, I mean, I do everything I can to stop supporting them. Not buying their products. Yeah, sure, not buying their products. Oh my God, no. I mean, I'm buying from other places. It's like this line is from the crackers, whatever, Arabs, but it's not from up north. So, I mean, like, this is what I hate. This is what I hate to do, you know. Because the stuff like this, I don't even know. I think it's from them, but it's all silicone. It's all silicone, so. But it's better than nothing. But yeah, just small actions go a long way. Stop defunding the Neanderthals. Stop defunding these corporations that, like, leave them. Just like yesterday, they was doing their happy dance because Coca-Cola had a good period, whatever, semester. No, I don't know, whatever that. So let's leave them like that. If they want to buy all the damn Coca-Cola themselves, it's like, but we don't buy that shit. We don't buy that poison. We don't buy that shit, like. Which, I mean, it is like the original recipe is from Tartaria or whatever. But then they put this shit that you see people like, I just can't believe it. I come back home and I still see people buying that crap. Buying bottled shit. I'm like, maybe that's something I should do, right? F it. Make some hibiscus water, or yeah, I want to sell it myself. I can make a partnership with somebody here, like, that hibiscus is so good without sugar. Like, over here, I have so many choices that I freeze out. I get paralyzed. Like, oh my God, I can do tamarind water. Hibiscus, we call it Jamaica water. Just lime. It's just so affordable over here. And it's from people's homes. Most of the times, people's homes. You see, you walk around and like, people just put it outside their house. The guava smoothies. You name it. It's so many choices. And over there, I was like, oh my God, you go, just right before I left, it was like $17 for a damn smoothie. And it was not like a huge cup. I'm like, oh my God, how can people live like this? And then the crackers, they got the nerve, because they got some motherfucking nerve, because they was posting videos from over here. It's like, oh my God, their eggs only cost $2 over here. The dozen eggs, $2. Like, well, you can do it too. Devaluate your currency, devaluate the dollar, and boom, there you're gonna have it. The prices are gonna be going. I'm like, they're sick bastards. I mean, like, it's like they're going to India in the ghettos, whatever. It's like, oh my God, the eggs over there, they cost 20 cents of a dollar. Oh, they move over there, relocate over there. Like, they make these stupid moves and shit. Like, oh yeah, everything is very expensive in the US. Everything is very expensive. Why do you think we have like 1 million, almost 2 million illegals over here? Neanderthals. It's time to deport them. But we gotta be strong first. That is our goal. To be strong, to be self-sufficient as much as we can, sustainable independence, and that's the only way, because we love self-determination. The crackers, they come over here like, oh, I don't like the way you guys do this. You're gonna be like, you know what? Get the fuck out of here. That's it.